hate, anger, happiness, hope, or courage. Experiencing emotions involves your listeners in the story, keeps their attention and helps them to remember it. Use dialogue or description to convey the emotions you want the audience to feel. The secret to arousing emotion is to understate it. Don't be obvious or melodramatic. The objective of the speech is to understand the techniques available to arouse emotion, to become skilled in arousing emotions while telling a story. Time 6 to 8 minutes.
Strange and touching things happen to each of us every day. And sometimes we just cannot keep silent about them. Mr. President, Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters, and some new guests. To be exact, it was 29th April 2011. The city was Coventry, some 86 miles away from London. I was walking to the city centre from my university library after paying a penalty for the damage of a borrowed book. The city centre was busy with lots of people roaming around. I was alone. It was weekend. I wasn't looking forward to going home. My friend was not ready to accompany me because they had already planned to go to London to witness a historical marriage taking place in that city of course, of Prince William. It is when someone stopped me. I turned around and walked to him. He was driving a car. He gently asked me if I needed a ride. I was alone. Anxious thoughts whirled around in my mind. What are you doing, Asghar? What if he is a serial killer, stumbling onto you as next target? Then I immediately changed my mind by thinking that such event would be an unusual, stroke of luck. I decided to give a shot to the law of average and grabbed the seat with him. While moving in the car, he asked me for a cup of coffee nearby. Dear Toastmasters, I never refused offer in my life. While sipping a cup of coffee there, out of curiosity or reciprocity, I asked him where he was coming from. He said he was coming from an hospital to see his dying wife, who had been suffering from a cancer and in a terminal stage. His voice just dropped then and there. He took a pause, as if allowing me to absorb the sudden shock. Then he started to narrate his depressing tale and devastating grief. He painted a very tragic picture of her condition and says that she was emaciated, delirious, debilitated, and above all humiliated by the disease that had robbed her life and dignity. According to him, he loved her, and now watching her dying unrecognizable physically as the strong woman and mother she had been. And he said that she was trying with little success to find ways to disguise the physical ravages which she knew would leave our children with haunted memories. He recalled a conversation, what he called a critical conversation with her wife the previous day. For her, the regret was not death, but her dream not to see her children growing up in front of her. And for him, the biggest challenge is to continue to move forward with his children growing up without their mother. It is in this situation that, I tried to, and what I impressed by is equanimity in the face of such a trouble that he was facing. I tried my best to divert his attention from the subject, but with no avail. That evening, his wife was not able to talk and lying unconscious in the hospital, and he was alone in the city. In fact, he already planned to be with someone and engaged himself emotionally for a catharsis rather than going home. That evening, we both did not want to go home, albeit for different reason. And it is then and there he received the inevitable news that his wife is no more. Dear Toastmasters, my would-be killer was actually a kind of lost, fell apart. Sometimes we expect someone to be the ministers or turn out to be the broken people. While leaving the coffee shop, we shared a sweet hug and some salty tears. Toastmasters.